I know we're not supposed to talk about a shank, but if that's something that's happening a lot in your game, we need to know how to deal with it. So let's consider a few options. Now, a shank is obviously partly technical, but in my experience, it mostly comes down to the player has a lack of awareness and has lost their sense of spatial organisation between them and the ball, i.e. the ball isn't quite where they think it is in relation to their swing. And that is fixed in a whole different way to changing your technique. So what we're going to do in this video, I'll take you through the technical aspects, and in the next video we'll have some fun, see if we can improve that sense of coordination and club control. So from a technical perspective, of course, we need to agree that it is a shank you're hitting, and of course a shank is when we catch it out of this part. Make sure that is the case and you're not catching out the other end. If you catch it out the toe end, and of course that's also going to ping sideways, but it will be a very different sound and reaction. So we need to establish that first of all. So from that, we know that if we're catching it from the inside of the club, at some point in the swing, the club is moving further away from us than when it started. And that can be caused by a number of technical aspects. First of all, you'd probably want to establish that you are the right distance from the ball. Although having said that, even if you are too close, oftentimes we'll self-organise and still find the right movement and the centre of the club. You'd want to get that right first though, make sure you're standing the right distance from the ball. Moving on from that, you then need to make sure that you can maintain that sense of balance and posture through the hit. So it's all very well starting in good posture, but as we move through the hit, if our pelvis moves forwards, of course there's less room between you and the ball and you and the handle. So in the Golf Coach app, there's a video about posture, there's a whole video about how we establish that sense of being able to stay in balance and stay in posture through the hit. So take a look at that. Another key aspect from a technical perspective would be that first movement of the club away from the ball. And if players rotate the club very heavily in their takeaway, then they're likely to be coming down at the ball with the hands further away from the body than needs to be. So have a look at that. Again, there's some stuff around that on the Golf Coach app. So those would be the key technical aspects. Ultimately, we need to know that the club is moving too far away from us, and that's typically caused because the hands are too far away in the downswing, although I do appreciate it can also be the other way. Have a look at the technical aspects, and in the next video we'll have some fun and see if we can improve your coordination.